The dog was always there when I came home. That alone would not have been strange, except that I had never seen anyone walking him. He sat at the same corner every evening, just beneath the flickering street lamp where Maple Street bent toward the river. Medium-sized, dark fur, ears that never quite decided whether to stand up or fold down. He wore a red collar, worn soft with age, but no tag. He never barked. He never approached anyone. He simply sat, facing the street, as though watching for something that had not yet arrived. The first night I noticed him, I assumed he belonged to someone nearby. A neighbor who let him sit outside while they cooked dinner. A late walker stopping briefly out of sight. The neighborhood had that kind of quiet trust to it. The second night, he was there again. Same spot. Same posture. By the third night, curiosity settled in, not sharply, but like a low hum in the background of my thoughts. I slowed as I passed, pretending to adjust my bag while I watched him from the corner of my eye. He looked at me once, briefly, then returned his gaze to the street. Not frightened, not interested, waiting. I said hello, softly, more out of politeness than expectation. His tail thumped the pavement once, slow and deliberate, then went still again. I walked on. By the end of the week, I had begun to plan my route around him. Not to avoid him, but to see him, to confirm he was still there, to reassure myself that I hadn't imagined those early evenings. He was always there, rain or clear sky, warm or cold, sitting beneath the lamp, eyes forward, as though following an invisible schedule only he understood. I asked around. Mrs. Collins from 3 doors down shook her head. No dog, she said. At least, not that one. The barista at the corner cafe frowned thoughtfully. I've seen him, she said. I thought he was yours. The mail carrier shrugged. He doesn't move. I figured he was decorative. That night, I brought a small bowl of water and set it down a few feet from him. He glanced at it, then at me, then, very carefully, scooted forward just enough to lap at it once. Twice. Then he returned to his original position, facing the street, tail wrapped neatly around his paws. I left him a biscuit the next night. It remained untouched. The dog was not lost. He was not hungry. He was not afraid. And that, I realized, was the unsettling part. Dogs are creatures of motion. They pace. They wander. They follow. They investigate. This one waited. One evening, as the days shortened and the street lamp came on earlier than usual, I noticed something new. A bus stop sign stood across the street from the dog. It had been there the entire time, of course. A dull metal post with peeling paint, but I had never paid attention to it before. The bus no longer ran that route regularly. It came through once a week, sometimes not even that. I watched the dog. He was facing the bus stop. The next evening, I arrived early and stood across the street, pretending to check my phone. The dog was already there, eyes fixed ahead. At precisely 7:12 p.m., headlights appeared at the far end of Maple Street. The bus. It rolled to a stop with a sigh of air and metal. The doors opened. No one got on. No one got off. The dog stood. Not excitedly. Not hurriedly. He stood as if this was the moment he had been waiting for all along. He took 3 steps forward. Then the doors closed. The bus pulled away. The dog sat back down. My heart did something small and uncomfortable. The next week, I watched more closely. Every evening, just before the bus arrived, the dog's posture changed. His ears lifted. His weight shifted forward. When the bus stopped, he rose, hopeful but controlled. And every night, he sat back down. I finally spoke to the driver. I hope you don't mind me asking, I said as I boarded the bus one evening. That dog at Maple Street, do you know anything about him? The driver smiled immediately. Oh, she said. Him. She leaned back in her seat, thoughtful. He belongs to Mr. Avery, she said. Or belonged, I suppose. My stomach tightened slightly. He used to take this bus every night, she continued. Same time, same stop. The dog always came with him. Sat right there and waited while Mr. Avery went into the store across the street. Then they'd ride the bus home together. What happened? I asked. The driver shrugged gently. Mr. Avery moved. Assisted living, I think. Family didn't think the dog would manage the transition. I looked back through the window. The dog was still sitting beneath the lamp. He doesn't ride the bus, I said. No, she agreed. He just waits. That night I couldn't sleep. The next evening, I brought a folding chair and sat across from him. I didn't try to pet him. I didn't call his name. I just sat. When the bus arrived, he stood again. This time, something different happened. The doors opened, and a man stepped down. Tall, slightly hunched, wearing a familiar-looking coat. The dog froze. Then he launched forward, abandoning all restraint, tail wagging so hard his entire body wobbled. He barked. Once, a sound of pure disbelief. "Easy, Walter." The man laughed, kneeling awkwardly. Walter crashed into him, licking his face, nearly knocking him over. "I knew you'd still be here," the man said, rubbing his ears. "I told them you wouldn't leave." I sat there, stunned, as the driver smiled knowingly and closed the bus doors. Mr. Avery looked up at me. "Sorry," he said. "Did he scare you?" "No," I said. "He worried me." He chuckled. "That figures." They sat together beneath the lamp for a while. Then, slowly they stood. As they walked away, Mr. Avery turned back. "He waits for me," he said simply. "I just needed to make sure I came back. The corner is empty now. No dog. No waiting. But sometimes, when the bus pulls up and no one gets off, I still expect to see a dark shape beneath the lamp. And I smile, knowing exactly where he went.